The problems that we're about to do today are all the exact same. We are doing a tree diagram. This is a slightly different type of probability than we have done before. But these are all the same, and this is the only skill I really want to hit today since we did our quiz. We're going to do 11, 12, and 13, and these are all where we have the probability of two situations happening, okay? So in this example, it's talking about raining, and it's talking about Joe doing his homework, okay? When I see these two situations and I see them with probabilities, with percentages, I'm going to make a tree diagram. This might be something you've done before. It might be brand new, but I like to think of this as a little tree diagram so I can think of all my scenarios, okay? Let's read the problem. It says, if it rains tomorrow, the probability that Joe will do his homework is 40%. If it doesn't rain, then the probability of him doing his homework is 10%. Given that the probability of rain tomorrow is 30%, find the probability of Joe doing his homework, okay? The problem starts by talking about given the probability of rain. So that's going to be the first thing in my tree diagram, okay? Bless you. When I draw a tree diagram, I'm going to start with kind of like a little V. And I'm going to say, okay, first thing that could happen is it rains tomorrow. The second thing it could happen is it doesn't rain tomorrow, right? Those are my two options. Either way, we have one other thing that, or two other things that could happen is Joe could either do his homework or he could not do his homework. And that happens in the rain and not in the rain. He could do his homework if it rains. He could not do his homework if it rains. It doesn't really change anything. Both things can happen at both times. All right, guys, understanding my little diagram so far? Okay. On the branches, we're going to put the probability that these things are going to happen. Okay. So first thing it says, given that the probability of rain tomorrow is 30%, we are in our probability unit, so we're going to use decimals. So I'm going to go 0.3 is the chance that it will rain. That gives my probability that it will not rain be what? 70% or 0.7%. Okay. Now I go back up to the beginning of the problem because now it tells me if it rains, what percentage he'll do his homework. If it doesn't rain, what percentage he'll do his homework. So if it rains tomorrow, the probability that he will do his homework is 40%. So I'm going to follow my path. I'm going to follow rain to homework, and that branch is now going to be 40%. That means if I continue to follow my path and go rain to no homework, what percentage would that be? Good, 0.6. Same idea. If it doesn't rain, probability of doing his homework is 10%. So follow your path. No rain to homework is 0.10. 0.1. What's the probability if it doesn't rain, he won't do his homework? 0.9. Perfect. This is half the battle. We set up our little diagram. This is going to help us multiply numbers very, very simply, okay? We are going to follow the path to figure out the probability of him doing his homework, okay? So we have to start at the beginning. The first path we could go is it rains and he does his homework. So that means we're doing 0.3 times 0.4. That's one situation. That's 1.2, right? Mm-hmm. Another situation that I'm also okay with, as his math teacher, is if it doesn't rain and he still does his homework. So we hit 0.7 and 0.1. So we're going to multiply those two together. 0.7 times 0.1 is going to be 0.07. We're going to add those two probabilities together to get 0.19 or 19% chance, 19% probability that Joe will get his homework done. Not really looking good for his math teacher, is it? Or maybe Joe in his grade.
So you do if it rains or doesn't rain as long as these two.
We have to end with homework each time.
Okay.
All right, go ahead and flip your paper. We're going to do one more together and then I'll have you try one on your own. Number 12 says, if the cafeteria serves noodles, there's an 80% chance they'll serve a salad. If they don't serve noodles, there is only a 50% chance they'll serve a salad. Given that they serve noodles just once each school week, find the probability that they will serve a salad. Okay, like the last one, I go to a very last sentence for the given. That's going to be my first part. That's my first, I guess, branch of my tree. So I'm going to start my tree diagram and I'm going to say noodles. I'm going to say no noodles. That's my given. And from there, we care about salad and no salad. So whether we have noodles, we could have salad. But if we have noodles, we could also have no salad. Same thing, if we don't have noodles, we could definitely have a salad, but we also could not have a salad. We have to set it up with words so that now I can put my numbers in for it to all make sense. Given they serve the noodles just once each school week, what's the probability they serve a salad? So what's my probability?
And 7,
Where'd that come from?
like school 1/5, I guess.
Ooh, 1/5, very good. Once every school day, so 1/5, what's that as a decimal?
0.2.
0.2. So 0.2% or 20% or 0.2 probability that we will get noodles. What's the probability we will not get noodles?
Right.
0.8, very good. 4/5. Okay, so we got our probability so far. Now we're gonna follow our path. Yes, noodles, yes, salad. That's my first sentence. If it serves noodles, there's an 80% chance they'll serve a salad. So what do I put between noodles and salad?
0.8,
0.8. And then what about between noodles and no salad? 0.2.
0.5.
Good, and then 0.5 and 0.5. Avery beat me to it. She knows that there's just a 50% chance they'll serve a salad. And now I want to follow my path and I want to end at yes, salad each time, okay? So one chance we could have is we get noodles and we get salad. Another option we have is we don't get noodles, but yes, we still get a salad. So I'm gonna multiply those two numbers together, 0.2 times 0.8 plus 0.8 times 0.5.
That's what, no. You can't start with B because you don't even know. You don't.
So it looks like we have a 56% chance we'll get salad during the week.
know that.
That's it.
56%.
Not a great percentage. Barely over half. All right, that being said, let's go try number 13 on your own. I'm gonna be quiet. I want you to set up your little diagram. Remember that we read the last sentence to decide what goes first. So read your last sentence to decide which one is the first one, which one's the second one.
Yeah.
Only two are the. Is the only remaining elements.
Is it the same thing as me? Okay, I promise that you'll have one like this on your test. Okay, it's not hard, but it's a little bit different than what we've been doing. Okay. I am now assigning homework 9.3 number 1. There's 2 homework assignments. So 9.3 number 1, nothing we did today is on that, but it's stuff from before. I should have assigned it earlier, but I hadn't. I kind of forgot that there were 2 homework assignments. We'll kind of do some picking and choosing for 9.3. I really only want to teach you. What week are we on? Sorry. I really only want to teach you on Thursday and Friday this week, and then I don't see you Monday, so Tuesday we can review for your test, and Wednesday you take a test, okay? If I'm really on top of my stuff, I'll have your review ready before this weekend. If I'm not, I promise I'll have it on Monday because I'm gonna give it to Alpha. So if you need more than just one day, come see me on Monday. I am gonna try to get it done by Friday though, so hopefully I'll pass it out to you guys on Friday. Your the review for the test.
Oh.
I did read these quizzes in Alpha really quickly, so hopefully I'll have these quizzes back to you guys tomorrow. The only other thing is remember that your final is on Wednesday the 14th for F period. Alpha's is Thursday the 15th. So we only have so much time left.